Gonna start with some nonsense, naturally. This quote was going around. Naturally, it was translated because it was in Holland's native language. But shout out to Norway being able to secure their spot in the World Cup. He was doing a post-match interview and he was explaining basically how he started getting into form, like what inspired him in the second half. And he goes, at 1-1, Gianluca Mancini started grabbing my buttocks. And I thought, what are you doing? So I fired myself up a bit and said to him, thanks a lot for the motivation. Let's effing have it. And then I scored 2 goals. We win 4-1. So that's great. Thanks to him. I growing up playing rugby, there were some real awful teams that would do some things to annoy you and kind of throw you off your game. I have never had my butt grabbed, but there was a team that we would play in rugby. In any of the rucks, they'd be pinching you, and the ref couldn't see. So you would just be sitting there getting pinched by the other team when everybody's supposed to either be getting out of the way or rucking, trying to push someone. I guess what were your thoughts? I don't know if you saw that quote, but what were your thoughts when you first saw that quote? And 2, have you ever played in a sport where someone tried to get in your head somehow, some way?
So first off, I read the quote literally earlier today after my nap, and I was like, "Oh, this makes sense." Like what they say, you come to the king, you best not miss. He came to the king's ass, and the king was like, "I'm not here for that." And now I'm gonna score bracing your hoes. Like I'm done with you. And both were really great goal. That volley was so pretty. Shouts to Oscar Bob for the assist, perfectly floated assist. But yeah, I've never experienced that, and I kind of was like, even when I was playing sports growing up. There were just certain areas you don't touch. You don't touch the crotch. You don't touch the butt cheeks. It's just, why are we doing that? That's not what we're here for. I might hit you in your shin. I might push you in your shoulder, hit you in your lower back, but we're not touching button balls. So yeah, never had to deal with that. And Holland had every right to be mad.
Now, I think we're all adults here when I say this, that in certain instances, when grabbing someone's behind, that can motivate them to do a myriad of things, right?
Yes.
Myriad of things.
However,
correct. However, I do not think that was the type of motivating that the defender was trying to do to one Erling Haaland. And I mean, that's how great players respond. Like, like a lot of, the truly quote unquote greats of any sport, like are wildly competitive and like find anything to like feel like that they're being underestimated in some sort of way. So just giving motivation to a player that great, maybe not the best idea based off of results.
Okay. Now future defenders know if you're gonna grab something, don't grab that ass. We gotta try something else out.
You know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.
welcome to season 5, episode 158 of Shades of
This is
Blue.
culturally inappropriate.
We are the most comprehensive show about Manchester City, covering both the men's and women's game. Spanning both sides of the Mason-Dixon line, we making art over here. Capitalize the A. I am Crunk Chocolate. I'm here with the show, bro. Sharpie Charlie. Thom Bomb. How's it going? How you doing? How you feeling?
Man, just out here living life. It done got cold in the Midwest. Feel it in my bones. Now that I know that, like, that's truly something. It's like, ooh, I'm over 40 because I can feel the cold in my body. But you know, other than that, can't really complain.
That's hilarious.
As for myself, a little congested. You might hear it. And I realized, like, oh, I'm at the age now where I got to start taking allergy medicine. I've never had to take allergy pills in my life. So I had to go to Target. I'm going to take it the night before bed. I was told you take it early, it works for 24 hours. So you get it in overnight so you can theoretically wake up better and be good. I'm like, oh, man, this is a whole new thing. Like, why am I sneezing? What all these sneezes? Why do I sound like this? I don't like this, guys. I'm used to sinus congestion, not allergies. What the fuck? So, yeah, so I had to do that. But sports-wise, best sports time of my life. Literally, Broncos 9-2, Lakers crushing it 10-4. LeBron's coming back tomorrow. He should be on the bench. Whatever. Man City, both sides of the city, going crazy. Like Virginia Tech, new football coach, new black man, first black head coach ever. Like, I don't want anything more. I'm sad that it's gonna get worse because this is the peak, y'all. This is the best I get. Everything else, it goes down. So I'm enjoying this week, and we're gonna stay in the moment because we got some beautiful baby blue baddies to talk about today. I can't wait.
Yes, we do. Yeah, all good over here. Like Thom Bomb said, it's starting to get cold where I'm at, bundling up. But hey, sweater weather is when I start to thrive. That's like a big portion of my wardrobe that has to be packed away. So I've been bringing out all the sweaters and the jackets and the cardigans. I'm having a over here. And then Packers miraculously won against like the worst team in the NFL and barely did that. Yeah, but we're here to talk City and the success. We have a wonderful episode for you. The Manchester Derby. Definitely got to talk about that at 3-0. Clean sheet at home at the Etihad for our baby blue baddies. Alex Greenwood signed a contract extension. So I have a couple of like tidbits from her interview that we'll talk about before the match. Then we'll look ahead to this weekend's game in the League Cup, a little Subway Cup action against Nottingham Forest. It should be an easy win, but hey, you still got to talk about it, and you can only play who's in front of you. And then City men are back. We got Newcastle. So yeah, gonna preview and score predictions for that. We'll get you out of here. Something light after we did almost 2 hours last week. We're gonna aim for half that this week. Something nice, light, easy for you. And a moose boosh of a type of episodes we normally do. Okay. Rate, review, subscribe, tag on social media, like the video, all those fun things. We appreciate it. It really helps our podcast grow. I finally have all these 9320 guest spots from Breaking Bread. They're all lobbed up and ready to be available for you. Patreon, Howard Hawken and Asan Naeem. Good conversations that will hold you through the week and Thanksgiving. And let's stream this Thursday. We have Saul. We have Andy, who is a part of a Chelsea podcast, Flag Stays Down, if I can remember the name correctly. And also, why is my brain melting? Justin Horniker. Justin Horniker. It's going to be good to catch up with him. Talk a little MLS, some NWSL, some Bundesliga, possibly. Uh, let's get into it, shall we? Let's go. Okay, baby blue baddies. This is our segment for Manchester City women. We are going to start off with Alex Greenwood. She signed a 2-year contract extension, keeping Queenwood here until 2028. Interview was done by Man City. Here she is, how she feels after signing the contract, and why she's staying with the club.
Yeah, I mean, really happy. I'm really happy to stay here. It's the club I love, the club I want to be successful at, and yeah, really happy to be here for another 2 more. For me personally, it's so much unfinished business to be done, and like I said, I love this football club. It feels like home to me now. I feel this is where I belong and where I'm meant to be, and I'm really excited for what's to come. I'm excited by the players, the obviously the new managers. The start has been really, really positive, but I know there's still so much more to come from this team, and I would love nothing more than to lift some more silverware at this football club.
So before I move on to, our next topic in the next clip, it was something we woke up to. This is what we usually do. We wake up to any news from the club. What were your first thoughts when you saw Alex Greenwood contract extension?
Damn, we rated a day and we still missed some news. That was my little reaction. I was like, damn, I wish you could have talked about this on the pod. But after that, like, just from a fan perspective, it's good to see your captain rewarded for strong play. I mean, I know that, especially in WOSO, anytime that a player's over 30, you're like, ooh, you're kind of like, I don't know about this. And I will, like, knock on wood as I say this, like, since Alex Greenwood has turned 30, you could argue that she has become a better player, like a more complete defender, and not just a left back, like a true center back, truly the captain of the club. Taking the mantle up from Steph Otten. And I think that you wanted to see her rewarded, and you also didn't want to invest too long necessarily in a player over 30. So that's why through 2027 is just like the perfect contract amount.
Mm-hmm.
2 thoughts. Wait, is it 27 or 28? Just clarify.
It's the end of the 27 season. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I was thinking 28. So yeah, she'll be 34 then. And center backs age a lot gracefully. Probably age the most gracefully on the pitch, just because of how you can play that position. Like, you don't have to be as athletic. You can just use your brain more. If you partner with someone like a Jay Rose, that extends your career because now you got that sweeper to help you out. So I love that for what she means for the club. She is the club captain. And sadly, my first thought was, so what about Bunny? Bunny's thing got a contract extension. And what you're starting to see is that here at DC, who I didn't list because the Washington Spirit are going to the NWSL final back-to-back years, Trinity Rodman's in a position where, like, people are talking. The story broke this weekend, like, hey, what happens? Like, is she going to go to England? Clubs are circling. Like, they know it's out. The rules permit, blah, blah, blah. So until your star is locked up, you always are worried. And I've been worried longer than most people, but this worry will intensify for Bunny in the spring if nothing gets done over the winter break. And so that's the last hope I think we have this season is like between December to January. Maybe something gets done. But yeah, that was my first thought because it's great that everyone else has a contract at the club. Literally everyone is signed but Bunny Shaw. So I hope that that's like their last like cherry on top, put that star on top of the Christmas tree, that like they cap it off and they've been building right to this moment. Because if it doesn't happen, then I'll be devastated. But happy Greenwood's going to be here. She deserves it. England international, like serial winner.
Yeah, most. Jeggy's impact on the club has been visible, and all the players talk about the changes in every interview. Alex was asked about the
And
new
it's been
gaffer.
great. It's been challenging, and it's also been really rewarding at the same time. But like I said, I think the team's adapting really well to it. The biggest thing for me is the freedom within the team, and I mean, you've seen certain players grow so much in such a short space of time, and I think that speaks for itself. So, yeah, we've got so many different type of goal scorers, so many people getting assists. Yeah, it's been really exciting and really positive.
Alex also said how Jeggy has challenged her on lots of different things that she hadn't thought about before, challenging her on when to step up and when to take a step back as a leader. You heard her say it in this clip. I also used the word multiple times in this last statement. Challenging was the word she chose to use often, and I love it. It's a very interesting word choice. To be challenged doesn't always mean happiness. Getting challenged can be frustrating. It can be annoying, confusing, but challenging can also lead to breakthroughs, understanding, growth. Challenging inspires you to want to do better on your own. I absolutely love the direction the squad is heading, and like just find new ways to appreciate what Jeggy has been able to do with this club. Okay. The Derby sitting at the top of the league before the Manchester Derby, the first match in this weekend's WSL slate of games. It was like the only match on Saturday. Before we actually get into everything, it was the international break for the men's, and they still managed to play the game at the noon slot. They still managed to do only one game on Saturday, most of the games at the same time, that noon slot on Sunday. These are the times when you need to be trying to take advantage of what's going on, especially because they take forever to the women's games. Like the women's games, sometimes it's like 2-3 weeks before the game, before they confirm the day and time. It's incredibly frustrating. I know they're trying to get a consistent time to avoid them in blah 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 blah, but I just had on Nottingham Forest on for the match this weekend, and he was talking about how there are less people showing up to their games because all the games show up on YouTube. So the effort is more on the broadcasting aspect, which is affecting the home matches, and especially with the games at noon. If someone has to travel most of England 3, 4, 5 hours, you think they're leaving 6, 7, 8 a.m. in the morning to get to the stadium on time, and then possibly having to get back home. It ends up putting people in a lot of predicaments, and where they can easily be like, hey, I'll just watch it on TV. And that in return affects how the game is seen because the crowd is small and they're not as loud. It's just like this cyclical thing that no matter what they try, it affects them in a negative way. And I guess I don't even know what I'm asking of you guys. I just hope, I don't even know what would be better for them. Yeah, I just hope that international breaks, when they have the chances, take advantage of it. Try to take up a whole day. Like, do it. Who cares what else is in the way? Like, I think better. I would hope you do better.
As I think, Crunk, your everything you're saying is right and coming from the right place. But I also know that, like, the sad part is that you have like these broadcasting deals where those other providers have things lined up, right? Like, these are the slots that are given. And so if the men aren't playing, there's something else that is going in that slot. Sadly, we're not at the place yet where, like we see in the NWSL, you can get a Saturday night spot doing college football for a championship. Took a while to get there, but we're there, right? WSL hasn't reached that level yet, and I think that is the next step to get there. But I will say, at least for the Manchester Derby, it is cool to have the standalone game, to have all eyes be focused on you. They finally got a game at Etihad. Decent attendance, right? Like, so there was an atmosphere, there was pyro, there was all this stuff. Like, it was a big deal. We're top of the table now. Like, we're trying to get our first trophy in how many years, Thom? I lost count.
17.
Yeah. So a long time. First like winning the league for the first time since 2017, first trophy in 4 years. So I don't know. I think like it's building there, but got some work to do for sure.
I will say that the WPLL did do a pretty good job of making sure that most of the home games were played in the quote unquote bigger stadiums. Like this was the first time that Brighton played at the Amex all season. The Villa plays all of their matches at Villa Park now. I was kind of disappointed in West Ham. I don't think that they've ever played at Olympic Stadium.
That might be for the best because the viewing at that stadium is horrendous.
I mean, I could see that. Yeah. I mean, and the Chigwell is just kind of a more intimate stadium anyway. Of course, the North London Derby was not at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium because there was the boxing match the night before. So that they were never going to turn that over. But I was happy to see that a good majority of the games this past weekend were in the larger stadiums.
Yeah, very fair. All right, we'll move on to Jeggy's interview. As you heard in the clip from Greenwood's interview, she talked about the freedom that they've been able to play with because of him. Many other players have mentioned it throughout this season. When the Humble King was asked about it, he didn't exactly have an answer as to what he's doing to give these players the freedom, but he did have something to say.
That's something that is the most important thing for a coach, to bring confidence to the players, trust at the same time, but also that it's up to them to make the decisions as long as they know the frames, what we're aiming for in how we are attacking or defending, so that she feels that it's up to her, and I believe and I trust in her decision making. And I think that's, if she feels like that, which I hope she does, which she said, but also that other players also feel like that they are so good with the ball, and if we use the players as PlayStation players, I think we will struggle with that. So the players get the opportunity to express themselves, and using their best skills is my biggest task here in my job, to get them released like that.
PlayStation players, that's a shot at Garrett Taylor. You be playing your game like you playing with some PlayStation players. I just thought it was very funny.
I thought it was hilarious too. It would seem like he kind of called out Gareth Taylor in a way for making the players be a little bit more automatons than players. And I think that in the human interaction part, that we saw with Gareth Taylor, that was not necessarily his strong suit. Excuse me. So I guess to lengthen the metaphor, I guess not Seb Hines is more of a football manager type of guy, whereas the Gareth Taylor's more of a EAFC type of guy.
I like that, Thom. I support that. And as a fellow EAFC guy, I get it. I haven't bought it this season, which is crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. I might download it tonight. But I will say this. Everything he said is valid. Everything is better when he says it because we're winning and we're top of the table. Mm-hmm. Because all that matters is getting the dubs. Get the points, bro. And since he's on this win streak, you can say whatever you want and it's valid. It works, right? So all credit to him. And at some point, right, you got to stop talking about the ex. You got to move on. Just let it go. Don't even reference it. For what? For why? That man's been gone he got cut middle of the year, right? It's been a while. You on this beautiful run. You're crushing 2025. Signings are hitting. Young kids are playing. People are getting contract extensions. Sounds bunny. Let's just enjoy the moment. Let's not go to the past. Let's look forward.
And I don't necessarily want to put that all the way on him, shooting at Gareth. I mean, you can easily correlate it to that, but I feel like, and a lot of managers are kind of like, do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. I mean, we see it with Sonia Simeone over at Chelsea. Like we see it with Renee over at Arsenal. Like there are some EAFC teams out here playing their football, and that is why they seem to be struggling. Whereas we got Jeggy over here letting the players embrace freedom. So,
I think that goes hand in hand with his whole thing about versatility, because you can't have that freedom unless you have players that are versatile like that. So I think that those two things kind of go hand in hand.
Hell yeah. Sitting at the top of the league before the Manchester Derby, the first Jeggy was asked about how the club is holding up as they are the WSL champions of November.
Saying that it shows for us and showing that we are a good team. We have done a great fall this far. But at the same time, we also know that we have only played a certain amount of games. There is quite long, but at the same time, we show that when we are on the highest peak, we definitely are a very, very good football team. But on the other hand, we are also working every day to become a little bit better, because we also know that if we want to be in this position when the league ends, we still have parts that we would like to become better in. And that's what I like with this group also, that they are never satisfied. They are always trying to, when we have evaluation after the games, that no matter how good we have performed, they're always finding things that they would like to become better in. And that thrive and that ambitions is going to make us even better all the time. So
let's go.
Crunk, can I say something real quick?
Please.
You are gonna hate me for this, but it's the truth,
Okay.
right? On the women's side, Man City women to Chelsea is literally the same relationship as Arsenal men to Man City men, right? You've been battling with them. You've been through these races. You've lost these races, but over time, you've gained experience. You've gained grit. You've deepened the squad, and like eventually, you get to that point where like, okay, what we got to show up or not, right? Except we got a new manager, they didn't. But you know what I'm saying? Like everything's built in there. So our women, as he's talking about, it makes sense why the mentality's there, right? Like everything we've gone through, the failure, losing on fucking a goal differential is crazy, right? Like so that's the and you drop points in the middle. Like, so you've gone through everything, right? It makes sense why this would be the year, especially even with health issues, right? This is the year where it just works out. And now I hope it doesn't happen on the men's side for Arsenal. But at least for our side, like everything is trending that direction. And like coming into this match, controlling our fate. That's something I didn't think we would have at this point in the season for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, he was even asked that too. He was just like, no, I didn't expect we would be doing this well. But that's fantastic. But also still be doing so much better. And it being the Manchester Derby, that brings hype from the media, from the fan base. City have a loss and a draw in their last two derbies, which means the ladies will be wanting to get back to winning ways. A new manager and his first Manchester Derby. How does he handle the emotions for everybody?
You cannot take down the how big it is. We need to live that and also enjoy it, to play these kind of games, because this is why they started playing football, I would say, to be able to play this and have the opportunity to play it in their club, play a derby on this great stadium in front of their home fans. They need to enjoy it. That will be one of my key messages. There will be a lot of. Anyway, the load on them will be tough anyway, but also making sure they enjoy it. But at the same time, they are playing a game. They are not playing the event. So making sure that we are able to do the things that we are supposed to do, and doing that with determination, then I'm sure we'll be definitely fine.
And if we're gonna be honest, he doesn't say things that thinking back Gareth wasn't saying. It's just the way that he says it, and it's like a kindness, there's a softness with it.
He contextualizes
Yes.
the event so much better, like knowing that, like, hey, yeah, this is a big game. We should get up for it. And like there's gonna be a lot of emotions. Like if you're a homegrown, like your family's gonna be here, you know, not just your mom and dad, but your cousins and all of them. So like it's gonna be a big event, like, and yeah, you're gonna want to show out for them, but like at the same time, like while it is a big game, it is a game. Like, so let's make sure that we focus on the game and not all of the other stuff. So I think that like he just what the things that Not Seb Hines are saying to contextualize the event, like makes it, I don't know, more palatable for the fan to digest.
Yes. Yep. I love it. Okay. Starting 11 for City was Yamashita, Kasparai, Rose, Kanak, Wahabi, Hasegawa, Blinkilde, Miedema, Fujino. Hemp is back, and Shaw. I was super excited to see him being able to put Fujino back in her consistent spot. She just helps the team play a little bit more closer to what they were used to.
I think that was the
where we go.
biggest.
Perfect.
That was the biggest surprise was him, like she's starting, and like I think you were starting to see like, okay, like Iman Benet is a good player and she's got a lot of promise, but like starting her this many matches might be overexposing her, and I think that that might be just too many minutes. So like making sure that Hemp was fit to start and go, because once she goes 70 in this match,
74.
yeah. So yeah, making sure she was good to go 74, perfect. Like it was the best lineup that you could ask for based off of availability.
Yes.
Totally agree. And I would just say I think Bunny and Viv just probably rejoiced knowing that Hemp is on the pitch, because it's just one more thing you have to really worry about. Like that is a world-class player out there. Like you said, Benet, international, she's 19. She's not Lauren Hemp. Fujino, young, great player. She's not Lauren Hemp. Once you put Lauren Hemp out there, it's literally what do you do? Pick your poison between the all-time leading goal scorer in WSL history, one of the best wingers in the world, who starts for England, and the best scorer today in the WSL. You can't win. And that is very similar to like Doku, Foden, Holland, right? How do you stop all three? You can't. So it was beautiful to see.
Yeah, and that's a great point about Hemp and bringing up Miedema and Bunny, and just even from another aspect, being a ball carrier like Hemp is, a lot of the time this season, Miedema would kind of receive the ball and have all these players closing in on her. And we know that beating players isn't necessarily a game, and she would get caught in trouble. This match, she was able to really just kind of focus on supporting. Her effort was mega in this match. Like, I have been kind of like unimpressed, which is like a very lazy word to say about Miedema, but I've kind of wanted to see more from her, and him showing up has allowed her to do that. Man, the tackles she was able to make, the effort she was able to do, she was bodying people for the ball. Like, it was one less thing that she needed to do and worry about, so she could kind of just focus on playing her best football. And we definitely saw it. She didn't contribute in a way that statistically helped, but she very much is like we know it. She's a key player.
I think she set the tone, like when her shot that went off the post in the fourth minute, when Hemp fed her in. First of all, like having a player like Hemp that can identify those runs in from the midfield, like which is like Fujino and Benet, they've been doing a good job, but that's not their vision is not the biggest part of their game. Like Lauren Hemp and her passing vision, being able to identify that player, and like I felt like that was the play that like kind of set the tone for the match.
Yeah, and Viv had a chance early on in the match. Fujino's intensity like set up Hemp for a cross that you shot, then bounced off of a player. Try to think of some of the fun things, because we're gonna be honest, the second half, even for the watch along, we were just like having whole
Random Tom's with his random question, bro.
just like
so guys, what do
whole
you think?
Okay. So let's go through the goals, and then I'll
Okay.
say
I
this
have them written down and break down. So the first one, 26 minute. Actually, I want to get to Jade's shoulder charge that happened.
Okay.
Like it was like right before the goal. And again, that was one of those situations where you're talking about players individually having moments that kept the energy, establishing who was coming. Like the City players came for this match, and even last season, a lot of those games, City were bullied, and I was very interested to see how City would do. And there were many moments where our ladies got big and handled business, and that was one of the key ones. So a couple minutes later, Fujino, she earned City a corner because she like was in the box knocking off players who were trying to take the ball from her. They just weren't allowing her. And Blinky forced a United player to stick their foot out, and she earned a corner. Hemp sends in the cross, sent it our post out to Bunny, who it was a dummy. She sent the ball back inside to Big Bex, big time Bex for our wrestling fans, big time Bex, and she just hit it top bins. And what I love about it is because the keeper, Patel, jumped way to the end thinking that Bunny was about to head the ball in. She now hits it back to Bex, so then the keeper has to scramble, and you do exactly what you're supposed to do, hit it across the keeper. And she was just going the opposite direction, just kind of had to watch it go upper bins. Just a brilliant goal from a player who has scored in her last 3 appearances in the Manchester Derby. So she tends
That's
to,
huge.
she always, yeah, right. And just showing what we have missed. So welcome back, Kanak. Absolutely amazing.
I think that was the perfect way to cap off a really dominant start to the game. And we always watch matches where like either side, men or women, right? You are controlling the game, but sometimes you can't get the goal. You miss the chances. They hit the post. The keeper makes a crazy save. She or he is standing on their heads, right? So it's just like to actually see it go in. I think the players excelled. I know the supporters excelled. We were like, yes, going crazy, because now we're like, now we have to get rolling. I don't know which one of y'all said it, but it was like, yeah, now United has to come out. They have to go. Like, you can't sit back. You can't counter. You need a goal. So yeah, the timing of that goal was perfect. And it was, our meaty mommies doing what they do.
We talked about Rebecca Canuck last season and her just aerial dominance. Do you know that City did not lose a single aerial duel in this match, according to Fatma?
Oh, let's go.
I'm not
8
surprised
for 8.
at the people on the pitch.
Right. Like, and then you like look at like who is on the pitch. You're just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely.
But you know what's
like,
crazy, Tom and Crunk? We can get bigger. Like in the
Right.
second half of the season, we could go start a double pivot of Clinton and Loman if we really want to, bro. Like it can get very crazy out here. Like
Right.
it looked like the trouble side for the men.
I love it. A women's basketball team over here if we want to.
Yep.
I love it. Okay, goal number 2 in the 43rd minute. Jade Rose, that run that she made. She's always been so great this season at taking the space that they give her, which I'm kind of shocked that now people haven't made the adjustments. So she takes one step, one dribble, because she just has all the space. The second one, she actually has to beat Miyazawa on the ball.
And she hit Miyazawa with that off man.
Yeah, like legit just blew past her, tossed her off to her, and even Miyazawa like threw arms up. Like, oh, I watched in the replay. I was like, in here in my office, we were just rewatching it. I got charged up. I was like, because I missed it. I missed her like throwing her arms up in despair. Like, what can I do? Nothing. There's absolutely nothing you can do. So then she dribbles up. You see Bunny then point over to Kasparai. She obliges, hits the ball over to Kasparai. Instead of Kirsten taking the ball in, she actually does a really quick cross. And it looked a little awkward the way that she delivered it in, but it was absolutely perfect. It beat Jansen, but it was before Patel. Bunny is able to perfectly time her slide, and she like timed it so she just pushed the ball into the goal. It wasn't like it hits the side of your foot and then you have to direct it or anything. It was perfect placing, perfect timing. Bunny doing a striker goal, things that not every player in football can do. It was just beautiful.
You know those bowlers that like they'll start from the center and then the ball will like curve around, but like almost to the gutter, but then like come hit center and then like for a strike. That was all right. That was Kasparai's assist as well. Like
yeah,
it just cut out Jansen, and I think based off of like this was definitely the goal that like, oh, we're not playing Fallon Joyce, which that's a whole nother can of worms. But Mark Skinner, just know the whole hood wants you. Because what do you mean she got a fucking broken eye socket? What do you mean? But yeah, it was just like that assist was perfect. Like Bunny's like vision to like get Jade to like cross out wide was perfect. It was just everything strung together in the correct way, the way that you would want to see it.
You know, if that would have been the final moment of the half, I think we all would have rejoiced. But I'm like, oh my God, 2-0 at halftime in the derby. Who would have thought? I didn't see that coming in. I thought it would be a scrappy 2-1 win, you know? So we're up 2-0. This is amazing. And you have multiple creators. You have Bunny doing her G&A thing, you know, trying to get on the score sheet. She likes her end product. Because we have been talking about she's kind of not been informed, been a little off of it this year, even though she's still leading the league in goals, but still like not to her best. And so to see her create and finish a true striker's finish felt great. And I was ready for halftime after this, Crunk. What about you?
So was I, but they weren't. They added on in the second minute of 6 minutes of extra time. Goal came from City's press, actually. But also it wasn't. It was very interesting. Patel from a goal kick. She gave the ball quickly to Letitia, who gave it back to Patel. She knocks it forward to Toon, who then knocks it back to Miyazawa. The ball is moving very quick, way before any City player can try to get there, but they're pressing. They're still making the runs. So then knocks the ball back forward to Galton. United, who had technically beaten City's press by then. She hits it back to Sandberg, who all she needed to do is hit the ball forward to Miyazawa, who was all alone. There was nobody with her, and she had Turlin and Jess Park about to make the run. So it would have been 3-on-2, fast break. Could have been real scary. But the pass technically was a little bit too much for Sandberg. By the time she got to the ball, there were two players closing in on her. She goes to make the pass. It bounces right on Kasparai, who pounces on the ball, pushes the ball up the pitch, cuts inside, and finds Hemp, who was actually making the run, crash in the box. Letitia was running with her, but Hemp stopped right outside the box. All the space. She held the ball for a second to kind of see what Letitia was going to do. She paused for a moment and was like, okay. Slices the ball. It just gorgeously flies up another top bins. even Patel made a dive for it, but there was no way she was ever getting to that. And what was the cherry on top of that? Him hits her with the oh my gosh, I love this squad. An utterly dominant first half. I mean, how were we feeling after that?
Elated. How did you feel, Thom?
Man, it was great. It was like, this is everything that you want to see in a derby, especially after last year's derby at the Etihad.
Mhm.
Like letting Ella Toon score a hat trick on your head. It's just like, you can't ask for anything better of a first half. And I think it was perfect because you knew that, like, based off a game state, and I would be interested to see if that bunny goal was the last moment of the half, if Skinner would have waited to bring on Mallard. But obviously that it didn't matter because the third goal did happen, and so he was like, "Oh, well, I got to try and get something out of this match. So let me put my leading goal scorer in this match."
Yeah, that strike, it reminded me of the it was another strike. Who just no, that happened afterwards. Sorry. Anyways, it was a beautiful strike because the way she hit it, you don't think that like it's not supposed to do that. Like usually when people hit from the left foot, it goes across. So the way she did it on purpose. It wasn't a miss it. Like she knew what she was doing. And we saw her performance when she came back Lauren Hemp, right? Like her sub performance last week was incredible. Like she literally turned the game around. And so it was like that was her primer for the derby. Clearly, sometimes you don't catch it in the moment, but like you could tell the staff was like, hey, we're gonna get you right for this game. You will be starting the derby. And there's no need to rush before that. We got enough, Benet will do her stuff, Virginia will figure it out.
Yep.
By the derby, though, we're locked in. And like you could tell that like she was going. And to see her running at full speed and when she's dribbling, you can't get the ball off of her. Like if she wants to get to the byline, she's getting to the byline. Same city, same passion. Like she wears the same number. Her and Doku are the same way. When they want to go, they're gonna go. And that low center of gravity, that strength, it was a beautiful, beautiful shot. And yeah, that was the game. It was just a matter of like, were we going to score more or were we going to leave it a clean sheet? Like score more and maybe concede one, or were we going to go with a clean sheet? That was all I was watching for in the second half. Like job done.
Yeah. Incredible play from everyone. I'm trying to think, like, specific. Obviously, Yui, Blinky, like this was one of the games where Blinky, she just vibed. Like, obviously, the midfield were able to do their thing, but Cities was so dominant in the press, they were able to just win the ball back.
I think she did do a lot. I think she made Ella Toon's life hell, and I think that was probably not Seth Hines' instructions. Like, you see her, she scored 3 goals against y'all last year in this building. Don't let that shit happen again. And like, it did not happen. And she went out, like, when she was subbed off, like she had really no real impact on the match.
Yeah, people file for restraining orders for that type of harassment. Like Ella Toon hates Laura McClindy Brown, like because there was no space for her, there was no let up. It reminded me of like the performance we might see from like a Bernardo Silva, where his job is not to score, it's not to create, it is to do everything else. And she did everything else great. So like that 6-5 on FOTMOB is because there was no counting stat to her performance, but everything was on the defensive side. And just the energy she runs, like her legs are incredible, right? And so she was the only one that had a, under a 7 shoot, under a 7.2, but it wasn't because she didn't play great. It's just she didn't get the counting number. So amazing performance. And shout out to Jay Rose, bro. We really got a gem. That signing could literally be the reason we win the title.
Shout out to
because if you don't have her as a center back, you have a lesser player, a lesser ability athletically. We aren't the same defense. And she can create. Like she started that move. She made the key pass that like set up the cross. Like it was wild. I'm like, oh, hey Jade, I see you, girl.
And I yes, like absolutely. And I think even to further that point, if you don't have a signing like Jade Rose and you still have the Greenwood injury, you're in a world of hurt. Like that's not looking good for your squad as a whole.
Yeah, just the way that she's able to ping the ball around, the confidence that she plays with. Yeah, just also her defensive ability gives our forwards a more belief in that. Hey, I can try some stuff out. I could potentially lose the ball because I know if they try to go route one, she's snuffing everything out. And yeah, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like you said, the United tried to make a sub, brought on Millard at the beginning of the half. She made an effect the first like 5 to 10 minutes, but that fall off happened really quickly. Then he brought on Rolfo and Blundell, but they also played just a few days ago in the Champions League. Like that is a conversation that a lot of people are having that annoys me. Yes, they played in Champions League, so they are tired, but City still had a very good game plan. They played amazing football. Because you can play a tired team and still not win, still not score. But they were able to do all that and more. And I wish more people were giving the credits or showing love to City as opposed to being like, well, United are playing on Champions League with a very small roster. Like I wasn't hearing that empathy and understanding for City last season.
Well.
I don't care about these hurt feelings. The table is all that matters. So, and again, still early days. No titles won in November. We're just in a great position right now. We're in pole position. Shouts to the F1 crew, right? We got the pole. We got to hold on to that position. So they can cry. And again, this is the first derby, right? It was second.
First.
It's first, yeah. So there will be some get back when we go to OT in 2026. But for now, Manchester is very blue. And I love the banner. It was like the only club from Manchester. I was like, ooh,
yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Ooh,
nice touch.
Yeah.
Nice touch.
Shout out to this club.
Does anybody want to guess our second half possession numbers?
Oh, it was
40%.
Actually, I want to say it was like 34. It was something aggressive.
33%.
Yeah,
smart. Beautiful management.
Do you want to know what United's XG was with that 67% possession?
Not 2.
Oh, in the second half, it was 0.75. Do you know what ours was? You know what ours was?
What?
0.92.
Still better. Damn.
Still better.
Damn.
So this match, in a lot of ways, actually, and like I didn't think about it like in the moment, but like kind of rewatching it back, looking at the stats, this match reminds me a lot of like peak Kansas City Current this past season, where they will get out on you early in the first half and score a goal and then just play you on the counter for the rest of the match because they can do that. And that's basically what City did all match. Was like after that Connacht goal, like it was basically just the opportunity to play you on the counter. And like while like the Jade Rose goal was like more a build up in possession, like based off of the way that it played out, it was more like a counter goal than like a build up goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Benet was able to get a chance that she wasn't able to score on at the end of near the end of the match. Grace Clinton was able to come on. Lohman was able to come on. That was really nice being able to get him, Sean Blinkilde, some time off, who played so much football as of late. I was very shocked that Mima played the entire 90, but that shows how healthy she is this season, which is really cool, really cool. Hempo, post-match, she was accepting a player of the match award, and she kept her thoughts short and sweet, saying her and the team showed their mentality that she wanted them to show, and it is important for them to stay humble and remember who they are if they want to continue the good run of form. Jeggy also did a post-match interview with Karen Bardsley and some other guy who, frankly, that guy hogged all of the questions. I think there were like 8 questions. He asked 6 of them. And there was even a moment where she did like the raise the finger, like, let me talk. And she started to talk, and then he cut her off to be like, and you have a question, Karen? And like, obviously this could be just me reading into things, but I felt awkward.
It was weird. It was really weird. Like, I was like, man, shut up. Let her ask the question.
And and he just kept asking, and I was waiting for her to jump back in, and he just kept asking another question and another question. And then he was like, okay, last question. And then even at the end, like, he shook the hand first. It was a lot. So, buddy, pain on me when I edit this. Share the mic. Like, what are you doing? Who are you? No one wants to listen to you. We want to listen to the former City player, the former City keeper. Like,
he's the guy that does the City broadcasts.
So we've heard you talking enough then. Sit your ass down.
Karen Bardsley also does the City broadcast as color commentator.
I don't listen to it. I'm watching the game. I have the videos down. We're doing watch-alongs. I don't know those things.
Can I just make a point real quick? The women only have 3 matches left this year, which is crazy to think about. It's Forest, Leicester, Forest, I'm sorry, then another break. Yes. Leicester, and then Villa. And I'm like, wow.
And then another
break. They don't play a lot of matches, bro. Like, that's why I can never get old. Like, I can never, in this league with only 12 teams, you can't talk to me about like being tired, United. Like, I know y'all had some Champions League stuff, but bro, like, y'all get breaks too. Like, it sucks, right. But this league isn't the NWSL. We have all these matches to play, right? Like, it's not. And so,
on top of travel.
On top of travel across this large ass country. So yeah, like, y'all just moving through England. So I'm happy that we're in this position. And before the season, I had no faith. And I love being wrong when the team is better. Like, that is great. I have the faith now. I believe we can do it. We still got to get back 2 of our beautiful baby blue baddies, and Caroline and Fowler, who hopefully can come back, next year, healthy. Especially Caroline, right? She's closer than Fowler. But yeah, man, it feels good. So from the start of the show to now, the confidence I have, the depth of talent, like, it's really dope.
Yeah. Okay, so the final match of group stage in Subway Cup, they will face Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. Shout out to Oliver of Forest Women Fancast for coming on and talking to me about the club. They sit 5th in the WSL at the moment. They're only 3 points from that 3rd spot, playing the play-in game against the last place team in the WSL for a chance at promotion. He doesn't entirely think they can get there, but anything is possible. They had 15 players leave in the summer and 15 new players brought in. A lot of change. They're still trying to figure some stuff out. They did beat Newcastle United, who City drew against and then beat in PKs. And then they drew against Everton and lost in the PKs. So they've been able to play pretty well. But he's not expecting great things from this match from Nottingham Forest. He thinks City should win pretty handedly, and I'm with him, especially because it's going into it's the last match of the group stage. City are in with 5 points. Nottingham Forest are behind them with 4 points. You can't really do a draw because then it goes in the PKs, and if they win the PKs, then they go on top of this group. City have to win in order to just not make any chaos and move on to the next round. I'm expecting a very strong team, and I am expecting a very easy win. I'm seeing 4-5. Actually, I'm going to pull a Thom. I'm seeing a touchdown against Nottingham Forest on the road this weekend. 7 goals for them. And I actually don't even think Nottingham Forest is going to score.
4-0. Let's get it.
Let's go.
I'm thinking 4-0 as well. I'm interested to see how much the squad rotates. Like, who's gonna, like, is this where we get a Loman start, and maybe
And then Clinton. Yeah.
like,
Please start them two together, please, on
Yeah.
everything I love. Don't start Viv.
Yeah.
Start the Bash sisters.
Yeah.
Let Yui get a rest. Put Blinky up there. Let's just
Yeah.
have a grand old time, please, Lord.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, especially with Yui, because we know she's probably going to play every single minute for her country. Bunny can start because the Jamaican Federation made an announcement that they went to Manchester and talked to City, the physios and Bunny, and they agreed that she's going to rest until like further notice type of situation. So I don't know if that's through this year until the next set of international breaks or what, but he's going to give her time to focus on the club. So I would assume she would start knowing that she has a 2-week break ahead of her.
Yeah,
all right.
I would agree.
Cool. City Men, they return against trash ass Newcastle.
Hot garbage.
Newcastle. What do they do? They sit. Oh my God, they're 14th in the league.
Bro, look at that table, dog. They are Leeds. They are Burnley. What the fuck happened to Newcastle? Who knew Isak was that important? They are 1 point above. They are 2 points above West Ham, and West Ham is horrible. What the hell are you doing up there? That's crazy.
Lost to West Ham. They lost to West Ham a couple weeks ago.
2-pack of ass.
Oh, I'm sorry. I put it in our private chat earlier. I'm like, y'all, like, what the fuck are we? Dog, if y'all tell me anything about us not winning, I'm fighting. I'm flying to the Midwest and fighting y'all.
I like naturally it's at Newcastle, which means it's going to be a tough match. The crowd at St. James always brings it, but they have been so poor. It's one of those situations the crowd could quickly turn from booing City to booing anything and everything that Newcastle's doing. So yeah, I could see. I still think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be like a 2-1, 3-1. Actually, I'm going to 3-1. But I think the third goal will be like a 75-minute plus goal.
I was checking the head-to-head, and I think like the last time I remember them really being competitive against us was that crazy like September match when it was like 3-3. That 3-3 draw back in 2022. Because they've had like another draw like in 2024, whatever. But like, we're just better than them. I got us winning 3-1. And actually, no, I'm going to back our second best defense in the Premier League. Like, I don't think they score on us because I don't see how. I'm going with a 3-0 shutout. Let's get it.
That's what I got too. 3-0.
Said Voltamade. No Bonade. I don't. Sorry, guys. That's bad. We're at the end. It's a sign. It's a sign. Oh man, what a time with you, show bros. I appreciate y'all. Shout out Shady Gang. Please like, subscribe, rate, review, and check out our Patreon. We have some really dope things going on there, and a little later in December, hopefully early January, we will have a specific date and time for SOB Kansas City 2026, the next meetup. So yeah, check out for that.
I swear to God, if y'all get me cold again, we're gonna fight. Y'all
no,
better
we are. We're aiming for May. We're aiming for May.
There we go.
We're gonna do May. Yeah. We've already secured that it was going to be May. All that stuff is figured out. It's just, what are we going to pick? Because depending on, I don't want to. Yeah, we'll get it figured out.
All
so
right. May and KC, I love it. Let's go.
Exactly. Let's start with you. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
Well, I'm at Sharpie Charlie on the social media sites, wherever you go. Just want to give a big ups to my first ever NWSL experience. It was the semifinal game between Spirit and Thorns. Spirit was a yellow out. I bought my first Trinity Rodman shirt, got it printed right there in the stadium. It was wild. By the time I got to my seat, it was the first goal happened like right after on the counter, after the corner. and it was just rocking and rowdy outy. Like the videos are crazy. So you could have found me rowdy outy, but you'll find me, talking about them on Saturday night. I can't wait to watch them bring this trophy home.
Oh, hold on. So you saw Dana Castellanos?
Yeah, Dana, Esme was out there. I was telling people beside me, like they used to both play at City. I was schooling people. One girl was like, I'm really happy. Like I hate watching games without commentary, so I'm really happy you're here. I was like,
Love it. You can find me on The 12. That is a WSL podcast that you should be listening to. And there was a lot of weird action in Sunday's WSL slate, and I for one cannot wait to record to just see all of my co-hosts crash out on some various levels.
Treb said he's not gonna crash out, but I feel like once Thom starts pushing buttons like he does, I feel like a crash out's happening.
I can't wait for that notification. Oh, the 12. Yes, play right away. Whatever I'm doing, can't wait.
Oh man.
And I believe that Mark's exact words were after Liverpool drew Chelsea is like, I don't have enough weed for this shit.
That's real. That's very real, actually. It's not enough to handle that. You can't be ready for
Right.
No one expected that except for me.
That's true. Good point.
Hey, gotta big up myself, pat myself on the back.
That's right.
Anything Shades of Blue at Shades of Blue NW, TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, X. Check us out. We are there. You know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.
Take pleasure and give your pleasure and